With a mind-bending 2-hour series finale that left us wondering, what is reality, anyway? Mr. Robot published its final line of code. Who is Elliot Alderson, by the way? The original, hoodie-wearing Elliot, or Old Elliot as we shall call him, begins Sunday's conclusion by telling us what happened to him following that encounter with Whiterose at the nuclear power plant. The ground is trembling as he wakes up, and the power plant has disappeared as if it had never been there. His father is still alive and well, operating the Mr. Robot computer repair business, and Washington Township is no longer a desolate ghost town but a flourishing suburban utopia. Was Whiterose's machine genuinely functional? Are we in a better, different timeline now? Elliot follows his father to the house where he grew up and currently resides with Elliot's mother. A girl from the neighborhood knows Elliot, but Darlene is unknown to her. When Elliot tries to enter his childhood bedroom, it's only a closet, but his mother, who is curiously happy, welcomes him in. His mother informs him that he is being married to Angela tomorrow and has no recollection of his ever falling out of a window. As Elliot dashes into the city, he is met by Philip Price at Angela's door. In this universe, he is merely a humorous father-in-law, and Angela's mother is still living and proudly displays a collage of their life's photos to Elliot. A life that Elliot is unaware of. Stranger things happen when Angela's mother is still alive and proudly displays a collage of photos that Angela created of their shared life to Elliot. A life that Elliot is unaware of. When Angela's mother receives a call from Elliot, things become even stranger. After hearing the new and improved Elliot's voice, Old Elliot hastily hangs up the phone. Elliot swiftly runs out of there to go face his other self after another powerful tremor strikes. His key still functions, so he enters his former flat and prowls about the well-decorated New Elliot residence. New Elliot's social media posts show a regular guy with lots of friends and no crippling social anxiety, while his old CD case full of compromised data now only contains family photos. On New Elliot's computer, he discovers a hidden folder containing a collection of images that resemble a comic book adaptation of the entire Mr. Robot tale, including Elliot, Darlene, and society all wearing hoodies. Old Elliot inquires about the drawings when New Elliot enters, and New Elliot responds that they are merely a fiction he made up to pass the time when he was bored. I dream about being him sometimes. Thus, Elliot as we know him is simply a creation of the genuine Elliot's mind. Whoa, it's psychedelic. However, New Elliot claims he doesn't genuinely wish to be Old Elliot, he is not typical. He also hears the narration by Old Elliot. At that moment, New Elliot is struck by another earthquake and falls to the ground. His head heavily wounded. When his phone rings, Old Elliot picks it up. You finally have to let yourself be happy, Angela says Elliot, overcoming his objections. Old Elliot thus refuses to move when New Elliot begs for an ambulance. He informs his other self icily, but I'll lose her. I can't let her go again. Rather, he suffocates New Elliot to death by cutting off his air supply. With his hands smeared with blood, Elliot bitterly recounts the act. We are both incapable of existing in this planet. There was nothing more I could do. Oh no. The crime scene is scrubbed and the blood is sprayed off as Old Elliot enters, full wipe-down mode. After loading the poor man's body into a shipping box in New Elliot's Cadillac SUV, he puts on his tux. Remember, he's getting married. However, Mr. Robot then shows up again and tells him that he cannot simply enter New Elliot's life. Mr. Robot responds, just who, exactly, do you think the thief is here, to Elliot's insistence that he not allow him to take something from him. When Elliot tries to stuff the box filled with corpses into the SUV, someone stops him. Who is now an NYPD cop? Dom. She issues a parking penalty to him and she is perplexed when she sees Elliot's ID and remarks, this person looks nothing like you. When she sees blood leaking from the box, she draws her revolver and tells Elliot to freeze. However, he runs away and boards the subway, where he finds himself alone with Mr. Robot once more. Part 2 Season 4 Episode 13 of the Mr. Robot series finale. When he gets to Coney Island for his wedding to Angela, the guests are all wearing society masks, despite Elliot's cries that Mr. Robot is only attempting to keep him from being happy and wants him out of his life forever. After covering his tux with a black hoodie, Mr. Robot announces that Angela will not be attending. Whiterose's device was inoperable. It was deactivated by Elliot's game. All of this joyful delusion is only a world you created, to keep him occupied. To keep someone busy. Elliot Alderson in real life. The familiar Elliot is in disbelief. Who the f*** am I if I'm not Elliot? When Elliot follows Angela in a bridal gown to the old lair of society, she informs him, "You're not Elliot," after Mr. Robot tells him, "You already know. The mastermind is you." Now, what is that? Elliot sees Mr. Robot's face on everyone he encounters as the screen flickers out, and he eventually catches up to Tyrell, who then draws a revolver and shoots him. Darlene's voice is heard begging Elliot to wake up. And he's seated in Krista's office all of a sudden. "We've been trying to show you the truth, and you've been resisting," she says, clarifying that she isn't actually Krista. Krista informs him that it is impossible for Elliot to have his life back. She puts everything out. In order to deal with his dissociative identity disorder, Elliot developed a number of aliases. Elliot's mother, Mr. Robot, his younger self, and even the voyeurs, as well as the vigilante hacker Elliot. He is merely a fragment of the personality of the actual Elliot, and he has been attempting to assume control. As the room trembles again and the ceiling collapses on him, Elliot refuses to relinquish control. Darlene is in a chair close by when he wakes up in a hospital bed. According to a TV news broadcast, a nuclear meltdown was just avoided and Zhang/Whiterose was discovered dead. "You saved the world, Elliot Alderson," Darlene says, taking Elliot's hand and explaining that he stopped the meltdown. She reassures him that everything is real, including the hacks and society, while he fears that none of it is. He informs her that he is not Elliot. And she is already aware of it. She misses the Elliot she knew as a child, but he is not that Elliot. As we turn white, he tells her he loves her and looks away. "We'll always be a part of you, kiddo," Mr. Robot assures him as he bids his alternate personas farewell. He then proceeds down a lengthy hallway to a red door, which he opens. Elliot sits down beside the other alternate personas in the movie theater inside, and as he views the projected images, tears spring up in his eyes. Before changing into a human eye, the